It's quite the find. Hello friends, and welcome back to Crow's Thrifty Finds. My name is Melanie. So for this week's video, it's going to be another What's Sold video. Last week's was pretty popular, and this past week was super busy on eBay for me. So because it's been so busy, I already have enough sales to do another What's Sold video. So why not? But before we get to that, I want to kind of show you my, I guess we'll call it the find of the week. I mean, money-wise, it's not this amazing thing, but it's still, good to know bolos when you see them. And this one, even I didn't know about. I just kind of had a gut feeling about it, looked it up, and voila, it ended up being valuable. So let me show you. This cute little guy right here. So his name is Sackboy. Funny name. So I'm not a big gamer, but this is from a PlayStation game called Little Big Planet 2. And comps online for him just used were in the 30s. And I saw a new one sell for 50. And, with comps in the 30s for used, I bet I could even get 60 for this, or at least start it listed at 60 and see how that goes. But yeah, this was an excellent find. If you see this little guy, he's not big at all. I think he's like 7 inches maybe. But yeah, if you see him, definitely pick him up. And it's kind of ironic because everything else at this garage sale was exceptionally overpriced. Like they had really good vintage stuff, but it was all like eBay prices or even ridiculously higher. So it's funny that in amongst all this overpriced stuff, there was this little guy for 50 cents, brand new, that's, worth $60. So we'll call him the find of the week. He's very cute. So let's get into what's sold. So first off, we have this Nintendo game. This is a complete Nintendo game. You may remember this from my curb picking video when we had our big trash pickup in town. This is not an incredibly popular Nintendo game. This did sit for a while. I had the price higher, but I lowered it because it wasn't doing anything. So it's like I'm poking it with a stick. Nothing's happening. So I lowered it to $35 and it's sold. It was free. I'm more than happy to release it into the wild for that. Next item, we have these Brooks sneakers. Now, I've mentioned this tip before, but in case you missed it, I'll say it again. Now, Brooks can be good, but often it's got to be those higher numbered Brooks. So these were 16s, and I paid $5 for these. They sold for $28. So look for those high numbers on the Brooks because those are the better ones. But yep, got those sold. Next, this is kind of a lesson learned. So sometimes I try to dabble in things that I don't know a lot about, just to try new things. And this kind of blew up in my face, but I share these things to keep this channel real. So I bought this lot of very old postcards. They had scalloped edges. I actually know somebody that does that as their main thing for their eBay store. They sell postcards. So here I am thinking maybe I can try that. So found these for, $5. And yeah, it turns out they were not great ones. I showed them to him. He was like, those aren't good. And so they sold for $17. And you know what? Honestly, I'm happy with that because I still made some money. So I guess it's a lesson learned. I probably will not do postcards again without severely schooling myself on them. Next, we have a vintage Venom shirt. Now, when I saw this, I thought to myself, this is going to be a winner chicken dinner. Bought it at Goodwill for $5. Sold it for $26. Now, I thought it would be worth more than that, but it just wasn't. And that's okay too, but I got it sold. It didn't take too long. So it was still a win. As long as I can make $20, I'm happy. So it still happened with that. Next, we have this Gothic dragon clock. Really cool. I saw this and I thought, you know what? There are people that love this kind of stuff. I paid $5 for it. I believe I got it from a garage sale. And I sold it for $34. And it did not sit on my shelf very long at all. So if you see these, there's a market for this kind of stuff. Next, we have an LL Bean flannel. This was also free, picked off the curb. I love finding free stuff at that one time a year that my town does it. So yeah, that was free. Um, Sold it for $20. It's getting to be that time of year. Flannels are going to start selling. So if you haven't listed your flannels yet, let this be your reminder. Next, we have a pair of jeans. This is by a brand called Dripped. I'm not a big clothing seller, especially with modern clothes, but when I see new stuff with tags, if they're affordable enough, I pick them up. So I got these for $10, sold them for $32. So that was definitely a good pickup nonetheless. Next, we have something very familiar because I have barely had these listed. These On Clouds. These I picked up at the bins. My daughter found them actually, so thank you, Bailey. They did have a little hole in the toe, and I'm guessing that's why they were discarded by somebody else at the bins. Because, I mean, these two shoes were bolt together. Like somebody found these and then rejected them. It was one of those deals. And this has happened to me at the bins a lot. And I scoop it up. I'm like a bottom feeder, and I get what other folks reject, and I still make money on them. I'm not trying to brag, but I mean, that's just what happened. So it's happened many times when I've gone to the bins. I don't know what kind of profit margins people are looking for, but I mean, I probably paid $2 for these shoes and, sold them for 40. So yay. Next, this has been a big seller for the week. Now, I listed these 3 video games, and all of them sold within the day. So this is somebody that, has a video game company, would be my guess. I don't know. I mean, these aren't selling for $1 million, but I literally got these video games for $1 each at a garage sale. So it's like to make this money off of $1 purchase is amazing. I wish I could find more video games. So first we have Wii Sports Resort here, which I sold for $23. Then we have Wii Sports that I sold for $22. Then we have Mario Party that I sold for $24. Could I have sold these for a few dollars more and waited longer? Probably. But again, made my $20. And this is all before eBay fees, folks. I didn't mention that, but obviously there are eBay fees. And I'm not looking at the profits after eBay fees, in these videos. But yes, there is an eBay fee. So, but this is, right on target with what I'm shooting for profit wise. So I was happy to sell those. And I mean, a lot of people look for video games as resellers. I'd say it's probably the most popular thing I see people trying to source. And there's a reason why it's popular. It's popular because these things sell like lightning, when you get the right games. So it's one of those things where if you price them right, look at the comps, and, you'll get rid of these things in no time. And I mean, I would just continually buy $1 Wii games to offload for $24, I mean, all day long. So I can see why people do that and why they're always the first things to go at garage sales. I was one of the first people in the door at that garage sale, and that's why I was able to get those games. So next, we have a Gemmy clown blow mold that sold. I paid $4 for this at a garage sale not very long ago. Sold for $55. So that was an awesome flip. It's a really cool item. List your Halloween items if you haven't yet. I still have one to list myself. I got to get it done. Next, this pair of Columbia boots, I was kind of on the fence about just because it's not a super popular, thing as far as hiking boots go, but they were in such good shape and they were only $5. So I took a chance. I bought them. I figured they could sit for a year plus, who knows? But they sold within, I'd say maybe 2 months at the most, for $40. So yay. Next, we have a Twist and Turn Barbie. I paid $4 for this at a garage sale, and I sold it for $41. Nice flip, too. And now, perhaps my biggest flip of the week, actually, definitely my biggest flip of the week, we have this oh-so-cool Emerson boombox, or as they call them, ghetto blasters. It was so cool. Like, these 6-speaker ones are just awesome. It was not a super desirable brand. Had it have been, it would have been much more valuable. And this thing worked perfectly. They even have the owner's manual taped to the back of it, so you kind of knew you were going to be getting high quality. Was taken care of. And sure enough, it worked perfectly. The tape decks worked. Everything worked. So yeah, I was able to sell this for $145, and I paid $5 for it just last weekend. So could I have charged more? Possibly, but I was very happy with that flip. It was quick, it was easy. Shipping will be kind of a pain, but we'll get it there. So don't forget to like this video if you haven't already. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I am 9 subs away at this time of this recording from 3,000 subscribers, and it has been my goal for the past few months to get there. So I'm really hoping to get there this week. So please smash that subscribe button if you have not. I would love that. That would be much appreciated. And that's going to wrap up the video for now. My name is Melanie. My channel's name is Crow's Thrifty Finds, and I'll see you next week.